Peace. Man. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now. Because I'm usually always late with these videos, speaking on the full moon in Aries, you know what I'm saying? Because matter of fact, today or tonight is the full moon in Aries night. But I also just want to speak on, the energies that's gonna be, working with us, working against us, energies that we need to respect and pay attention to, just just all energies that we're dealing with moving forward, and in October in general, in essence. But and just a matter of fact, not even just October, but just from here on out, moving forward. But of course, the full moon in Aries is bringing that theme, bringing that theme to the light. You know what I'm saying? The full moon, kind of like how the new moon kind of like turns its back on us in a little dark, and like it's reassessing things, reflecting, getting things together. That the full moon is kind of like shining a light on the things you want to shine a light on, and that parts of the I ain't gonna say the parts of the shadow self that you're trying to shine a light on, but in essence, you know, shining a light on that shadow self in essence of getting rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things of the shadow, some of the aspects of the shadow self, we trying to get rid of, trying to get away from. But that full moon is that moving forward type of energy on our assessment. The you could say the new moon is more of a reflective energy. But matter of fact, let's see. Yep. Something coming in or being brought to light, because I actually wrote it down, but it's something being brought to light, and it's dealing with the energy of Aries, and everybody know I'm not one of those big, astrology, astro, I was gonna say astrological. What's the best? Astrologers. I was trying. What's funny, always with me, is always like I be thinking the word is way more big. I'll be looking for a word that seems so difficult to say, and it's just as simple as astrologist. But I'm not. Even though I'm learning and getting to that point of knowing all the triunes and this is square and this and all that, I'm learning. I'm in the process, but this is the full moon in Aries, and basically, when is a certain zodiac sign dealing with the full moon or whatever planet you're dealing with, it's just basically that aspect added to the characteristics of the other aspects. So the moon characteristics meshing with the characteristics of an Aries. So it's gonna be a fiery energy, somewhat of a me first energy, being head first, the ram, you know what I'm saying, the ram or the lamb of God who take away the sins of the world. That's that lamb, that Aries. And it's kind of telling us to be head first at our approach to our soul purpose. There's no longer time to play around and wonder, and knowing we should be doing meditation, but we're not really doing it. Like right now is the time to really move forward and go in head first, like that ram of Aries, into our soul purpose, into the things we're trying to accomplish and get done. Also, and which I probably spoke on this on the last full moon, but which I did say that like the last full moon is usually the harvest full moon, is the one in September, but this one, or I should say the new moon in September, is like the harvest moon. But this full moon in October, I think they're treating as the harvest moon. But again, the theme is also reaping what you sow. All those seeds you've been planting the last few months, you know, put getting the fruits together from those seeds, and bring it together, see what you got, what you looking at, how you eating, you know what I'm saying, in essence. And if you're looking at the fruits and seeing that it wasn't enough, if you ain't planting enough seeds, what you reaping, what you sowing is how can I say, you're not really pleased with it. then you know you need to plant more seeds in the right places and do what do what you want to do and what you have to do, what you know you have to do in order to manifest the life that you want to manifest. Also, it's about speaking up about your purpose. Again, that fiery energy. That fiery energy is not about backing down. It's about being upfront about what I love and what I want to do. I want to be a new ballerina. Then go ahead and be a new ballerina, which which I just threw this out. I threw that out indirectly, but some people in a facetious manner use that to talk about strippers, but just whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wanna be a tree and hold some branches. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want to do, now is the time to do it and to be upfront about it and to not worry what others think and speak up on it when in conversation. Like when, say, for instance, you done been around that conversation where people somewhat clowning your sole purpose, and then you in that moment you could either back down with your ego or you could stand firm with your spirit and back. Well, hey, I do this line of work, or I'm interested in that, or this is my sole purpose, and I'm not funny or crazy or whatever the case may. You know what I'm saying? Speak up, let people know, like, hey, this, because again, this is your sole purpose. If you can't speak up for it right now in a little conversation, then how in the world will you be able to even do it? If you're not being able to speak up for it. So be assertive in speaking up for it and be head first. Use that ram energy to matter of fact, like how that Leo energy and that fiery energy was used during the eclipse, to give us that strength, that confidence, that fiery energy to push us forward, you know, to stop lollygagging, Matter of fact, now is the vibrate, and it's either now or never, It's, you get to a point where why are you waiting? Like what is like ask yourself an honest assessment. Like, what am I waiting for? Like, cause honestly, some of us may have a good question. I mean, a good answer to that question, which I doubt it in most cases. But what are you waiting for? It's nothing. Only time, quote unquote, time is just passing, and that's what made me feel like that about my soul purpose. Matter of fact, that's kind of why I quit college, why I quit school, because I started realizing, like, all right, which I wasn't so much into the Matrix and the Matrix talk and discrediting time like that, but I'm like, time is moving pretty fast, and I got relatives that just passing away, friends, I'm like, that could easily be me, and this I could be transitioning before I even work on my dream. And it's like, oh no, it's like, all right now, let me start working on my dream right now. Let me quit school, because I felt like I was in school for my family. So I'm like, all right, let me quit. Let me start for me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because again, nobody want another thing too. Nobody getting in the casket for you. You know what I'm saying? When you're on your transition, you know, you can't be like, oh well, you know what? I didn't work on my dream in this lifetime. Or I did more of what my mom said, or more what my dad said. So Source could instead of me reincarnating again, could I just go replay all the stuff I did and just go live that back again? And you're gonna feel the stupidity in you asking for that. If you was ever at the gates asking that question, it's like, you know what, I could answer my own question. Like, nah, that's why it's important to be head first, to be assertive, to speak up on your sole purpose right now, and reaping what we sow, reaping all of the seeds we sow. Putting out there all this networking connections, as far as meeting people, all these working certain events, doing whatever it is. I'm just, but doing all these things to bear the fruits, what I'm saying, of your quote unquote labor. But we using the law of attraction, so there's not no hard labor, And I apologize for the visuals. Which I said I'm gonna start doing videos in the dark. I might start doing them like this, like where I'm just a silhouette. teeth. And also, now this just generally moving forward on the energetic level, self-sabotage vibration that's been running most of us crazy, I'm pretty sure. The self-sabotage vibration of where you're doing something backwards and you know you're doing something harmful and backwards to your being, but you still do it anyway and it feel like you're possessed by a demon. That feeling is kind of slowly dwindling away, and don't panic if it's still like, if you're still going through, the shadow self. If the shadow self is still playing out, through you, then it's just really, how strong it is in you, and really sending that point like, hey, you really need to get rid of this, because this really could hinder your spiritual growth and progress, moving forward. So it's just things that you need to really let go of. My self-sabotage situation is with having the uncontrolled munchies. Like that's basically it at this point. Like when I look and assess like all the things I deal with, you know, that, and just really coming together with my grounding, with my root chakra, which I see the progress, but it's just work in progress on a daily basis. But that's for me, my self-sabotage that I'm dealing with, is smoking and catching those uncontrollable munches. But I'm nipping it in the butt, every day. I'm doing it less and less, you know in which the universe showing me that option. Either you got to have extreme self-control. If you're going to choose to smoke, then you better, have self-control, or you better quit smoking. Like one or the other. So obviously I'm choosing to have self-control. You know what I'm saying? And not really fully start partaking in the herbs. But the self-sabotage vibration is definitely diminishing, so don't panic. It's definitely raising off of us. So matter of fact, because it could almost create a psychosis and make you think you're going crazy. How how controlling and how strong the urges of the shadow self has been, through our growth, especially again after that eclipse. That's basic personification of the shadow self being put on the spot, so we can see all those things that is hindering our growth, all those things that are negative towards our growth and helping us to, move forward. Matter of fact, the thing for me before I could fall into a place of being inauthentic, like with being an empath, and not wanting to be around people, it started to become a place of being inauthentic, or like wanting to be a people pleaser so much. That's another thing, working on that. Like, wanting to please people so much, you'll be nice, or speaking of myself, I would be nice, or just trying to have be nice for the sake of a connection, for the sake of things just being smoothly and agreeable, and that's not being authentic. And I had to, work on that. But all these things are freeing up on us, but you definitely have to work on yourself. It is easy. Won't say it's hard. It is easy to do. You just gotta make sure you're taking the time to do it. Turn it into a repetition, and you'll see once you start getting repetitive in your affirmations, in your meditation, in dealing with your crystals, or listening to binaural beats. When you get into a habit of that, it's gonna become commonplace. Just like at one day where it's commonplace for you to just say, "Oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get a dollar burger right now." At one point in time, that was commonplace in your life. At one point in time, it was commonplace to take my last $2 and go get a 40-ounce of beer. And that was normal place. But now I look at it and it's like, damn, who was that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I created different habits and I moved into them. And that's all you have to do is just raise your vibration and create beneficial habits. Feeding that good wolf instead of the bad wolf. That's the wolf that's gonna win inside you. Out of the good one and the bad one is the one that you feed the most. Hey, hey, big doggy. Got a visit from a big Great Dane. But definitely, with the self-sabotaging, you know, keep calm. Is raising off of us, but you definitely just constant work, steady work of just making sure you're doing the right things to move forward and get rid of the vibrations that no longer serve us, And another thing about right now is we're freeing up space, definitely, with speaking up and being assertive about dealing with our soul purpose. We also are building authentic relationships. No longer trying to hold on to the relationship with so and so because I just feel bad if I stop drinking coffee with them on Sundays. It's like, nah, if that relationship is no longer, serving you spiritually or whatever the case may be, if that relationship is no longer beneficial to you, it's time to remove yourself from that relationship. It don't have to be no harsh removal like on Harlem Nights. Y'all familiar with the movie where the brethren came across Sunshine, and he came across Sunshine, and he called his wife and was like, yeah. Well, no, he called the kid, hey, put Barbara on the phone. Hey, Barbara, I never coming home. Take it easy. Click, it's just, nah, it ain't, it ain't letting go relationships on that level, but it is, just making sure you're building towards the relationships that are beneficial to your being and authentic, you know what I'm saying? Where, that harms your being when you're around a bunch of people that's yes men or yes women, whatever, people that's just smiling around you just to smile, like, because then you'll start doing the same stuff, and then now you being fake and disrupting your vibration. So you want to make sure you building authentic relationships, putting yourself around people that you're authentically connecting with, and people who will be truly beneficial to your growth. That's basically too just the theme again moving forward. Not necessarily just with the full moon in Aries, but just moving forward from where we at and dealing with this energy. It's the fiery energy. You know, exposing. You know what I'm saying? Exposing that shadow self in combination with the full moon, the Aries energy in combination with the full moon. You also have, which I think that's where the authentic relationship situation come in. I think you got some Mercury energy in there too. Mercury dealing with communications, making sure the lines of communication is, balanced and truthful and authentic. Again, everything authentic, man. Like I always say, everything organic, everything authentic. We need everything authentic, right now. That's what you want to move towards, So, again, it's either now or never on the sole purpose, Be assertive, speak up, be head first like that ram, And it's about, the ram is about, Aries is about the me first, but it's not me first to your detriment. Because I think also, matter of fact, look at me remembering some of these astrology things, because you also have the energy of Libra, which is a giving energy. So it's kind of like with that me first, but also balance with that, knowing that, hey, but I also want to share and, have that empathetic energy to give back also, what I'm saying, and share with others, in service of others. Matter of fact, because that's what that Dalmatian Jasper would match good with that Libra energy of like sharing and being of service to others in essence. Like that's that same vibration, same energy. That's basically it. You know, Again, that head first, fiery energy to move towards that soul purpose. You know, the self-sabotage, don't worry. It's removing itself, but you have to be a part of the removal, and work on it also. But that's about it. Uh, oh yeah, let's see. Good crystals. First thing that came to my mind was using a red jasper or like a bloodstone right now. That would be a good energy to use with this full moon and Aries energy. It's another one that may come to mind. Always quartz just always gets swept under the rug, but don't never forget that quartz simply could be programmed and amplifies the energies of your crystals, or you could program it and say, hey quartz, amplify the vibration to be in alignment with my soul purpose. You know, could be that specific, because that's what it's about too, about being specific with your, think about you taking directions, or taking a command from somebody at work or whatever, or from anybody, and how it may frustrate you when you don't get, directions like straight up, like, well, it's like, I still don't understand what you want me to do. Well, guess what? Our crystals feel the same way. Our spirit guides and ancestors feel the same way. When you're not, delivering clear questions, or, clear affirmations, then you don't get clear results. But, you tell your crystal quartz, hey, crystal quartz, amplify the vibration of alignment with my soul purpose. Amplify the vibration of self-discipline so that I can align with my soul purpose and get rid of all the things that no longer serve me, But just make sure, in most cases, you want your quartz to be just a simple point, which I will do a video. Because it's been a while. I want to get back on speaking more on my crystals again. I never sat down and talked with y'all on the crystals again. So, in a minute. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm very eager about it. Not looking forward. I'm happy right now, but I'm very eager about making that video. But that's basically it. Do some candle magic again. Remember the candles. Just by staring at a candle or staring at the flame from a candle, put your brain waves in the alpha state. When your brain waves in the alpha state, it's easier to program your subconscious. So if you got that candle out, have a vision board right there, you know what I'm saying? Or listen to some affirmations that are beneficial to you, whatever, but the candle, the light from the flame, the candle flame, will actually again put your brain waves on the alpha state, so making the brain more programmable, or making the subconscious more programmable in that moment. So that's something that's good to know also. But I am out. Peace. Matter of fact, funny, I can't see the full moon out here. Matter of fact, if y'all a bit of the view across from the library downtown LA. Beautiful. But peace, y'all. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing, man. It's right now. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past, y'all. Right now.